BJP party has claimed that PM Narendra Modi has visited Northeast 57 times in 10 years. So what is the stand of the Congress? Does frequent visit to the Northeast make a difference?
I think we have categorically asked about the 2015 accord, which was kept concealed, which was kept ambiguous. So, how many ever times he can visit? He can run his fancy dress here as many times as he wants. Today we saw him in yet another attire altogether at Nagaland. But no talk about Naga political issue. I think that speaks for itself.
One more question to Madam Mahima. 20 years hardcore Congress leaders are leaving the party at 11 hours. So is it a failure of the country being the election observer for the Nagaland election? We want to know this from you.
Well, as I assume you're talking about the people shifting from our party to the BJP and from the other parties also to the BJP. My friend Mr. Kreo had already raised this point earlier, and we have raised this innumerous times, that the BJP has done everything in its capacity to take the political discourse in this country to a new low by horse trading, by running its Operation Lotus on the mandate of the people of this country. You remember Manipur, you remember Goa, you remember Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. Meghalaya is the most recent.
Advocate Mahima Singh and I will do the briefing. But before I hand over the mic to my learned colleague, Advocate Mahima Singh, I wish to speak on an issue that most of us will be concerned about today. The other day, KKV Yap told me the chief agent of Dimapur 1 candidate K. There joined the BJP party. The party which he has been opposing, he claimed that he was with the Congress for 20 years, 2 decades. He has been opposing the Congress, the BJP ideology for 2 decades, and now he is with the BJP party. Whatever caused him or his action would be best known to him, who has defied his loyalty and trust put upon him by the party. In his press conference yesterday, he claimed that under the leadership of Tobihoto, the Honorable Power Minister of the state of Nagaland, there was a huge improvement in the power supply in Nagaland, especially in Dimapur. But we all can see the condition. We don't have even power supply right now. We're using the flashlight of a camera to have a press conference now. So we all can see that the BJP party, they are very good in line. And they will continue to fool us with false promises and false hope. It is up to us whether to continue to support the BJP government or make a right decision by voting the Congress to power in this coming election. He is not alone. Many have come and gone before him. You would remember how Shri Ghulam Azad made a noise by leaving the party right before the Bharat Jodo Yatra, making grave allegations against our party leader Shri Rahul Gandhi. But that was in vain. The Yatra turned out to be a huge success in our pursuit of mass connect and reach out. The Congress party stands and will continue to stand tall against all odds. The people who left the party, they have no principle. They may come, join the Congress party today, or join the BJP Congress tomorrow. And when there is a shift of leadership at the center or the state, we always see them shifting from the current political party to another party again. This happens with people with no vision or principles. I think that's all I have for today, and now I hand over the mic to my learned colleague, Mahima Singh.
Thank you, Mr. Kreo, and good evening all. I think the issue that has been highlighted by my learned colleague, Mr. Kreo, is a very vital one, very important today, because it's not that only people are being horse-traded to the BJP. Nagaland is not the first state. We have seen this trend emerge over the past 8 years, and like how. It's also that, we'll be talking about what they do with their own rebels. They're horse trading from the other parties within, and then there are those who have served for their party. Then when they rebel, then what happens? That's also a part of the story. But before I go there, I must say that over the last 10-12 days, we have seen series of BJP leaders come to the state of Nagaland. The tallest leaders, and this morning it was Mr. Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister. The most respected position in the state, in the government. But what has happened over the 10 days is bizarre. We started holding our press conferences on the 22nd of January. The first press conference we held on the 22nd of January. We raised questions on the High Court. We started seeking answers from the government well in time, because it is often said that the opposition is not asking questions, so how is the government supposed to respond? Although that should not be the norm, their response has to come back to the people. But the opposition has been sitting here. We are not even in the opposition in the house right now. Yet, true to our character, being the voice of the people of this country, being the voice of the people of Nagaland, we have day in, day out sat here and raised questions on the BJP's and the NDPP's gross misconduct and defiance of their promises to the people. Yet here we are. What happened this morning when the Prime Minister visited the state of Nagaland? Another host of allegations, another slew of allegations, accusations happened. Did you get any response? No. The people of Nagaland did not get any response on the issues, on the promises that were made 5 years ago. There were 13 seats that the BJP occupied in the Vidhan Sabha in the Legislative Assembly of Nagaland, along with the NDPP acquiring most of the other seats. Yet, there were two major allegations made by our Prime Minister in Nagaland today. Mr. Modi made two categorical allegations, and those allegations were, number one, that the BJP, that the Congress party is remote controlling, has remote controlled all over the years the state of Nagaland from Delhi. Number one. That is the allegation number one, that we, the Congress party, remote controlled state of Nagaland when we were in power. And number two is that Congress party has used northeastern states as ATM machine. And I'd like to bust both the allegations, because we do not run away from a conversation, from a dialogue. And we have always believed that the dialogue is the way. And that is what would lead to a solution for Nagaland. But Mr. Modi, true to his character and his nature, Man Ki Baat, one-sided Man Ki Baat he does. And so he did this morning when he made these two allegations. Now the first allegation he's made is the remote control allegation, but I am coming to the ATM allegation first. He said that the Congress party has actually taken northeastern states as an ATM and used northeastern states as an ATM. I do not know how. Very ambiguous statements our Prime Minister makes, which is very unbecoming, which is very unlikely of a Prime Minister of the largest democracy of the world. Now we have told you, press conference after press conference, starting the 22nd of January, as I said, we started unleashing, we started uncovering the lies told by the BJP and the NDPP all this while. And we told how the High Court scam happened. We have told you how the BJP acted as the ATM for the NDPP and the NDPP, CM Rio, NDPP government led by CM Rio, how they have used BJP as an ATM. So BJP became the ATM for the NDPP. And now Mr. Rio, the CM, as I've told many a times earlier, he's held hostage, he's blackmailed. Blackmailing is the second step of the BJP. First, they allure people, they attract people with lucrative deals. This is how the businesses are run, not a country. And then they blackmail. So we have seen how a sitting CM was questioned by the ED, by the Enforcement Directorate, for hours at end because of the High Court scam earlier last year in 2022, right before 2023, the election year was about to come. And the same had happened before 2018 also, my friends. That was the year 2017 CBI charge sheeted the High Court scam, and 2018 CM Rio was put in the in the spot by the BJP, and they formed the government together. Now, while we have been raising relentless questions about the High Court scam, about the medical colleges scam, about the entire cash money which was received by the NDPP NDPP majority government from the centre, while that money was misappropriated, we have also told how the NDPP became the gateway, how the Assam Himanta Biswa Sarma led the BJP, the Operation Lotus, to Nagaland, and how Mr. Nephew Rio actually became the gateway of that Operation Lotus to Nagaland. Your very own Lok Sabha member, Mr. Yepthami, has raised those concerns in Lok Sabha. We have talked with evidence. Whenever we have talked with evidence. Yet the BJP says that we are only making plain allegations. Mr. Nalin Kohli held a press conference. Today, Prime Minister has come without uttering a single word of his own accountability. He's only further raised questions on the Congress, as if it is the Congress sitting in the power at the state of Nagaland, while we are totally out of that power for about 20 years now. 20 years, and NDPP has been here, NPF has been here. Yet what is now happening is answerability of the Congress, and which is not going to happen. The answerability lies with the BJP. So this is how the BJP has been used as the ATM by the NDPP government at the BJP's own sweet will. BJP allured them, and now the BJP is going the Meghalaya way, even at Nagaland. What has happened at Meghalaya, everybody knows. How the NPP has been finally ousted. And today, NPP is the very party raising questions on the BJP. Till yesterday, they were joining hands with the BJP. They have led astray Meghalaya, and today they are questioning the very party they were allies with. The same is going to happen with Nagaland. Nagaland's fate has already been predetermined by the BJP. That is to be noted here. Now I come to the remote control allegation. Mr. Modi said that Congress has used northeastern states as an ATM, and then he said that Congress actually remote controlled from the centre. Let me remind you that my leaders have already spoken about over the days, over the weeks, and we have raised this question at via this platform again and again through you, that it was us, it was Rajiv Gandhi who first struck the dialogue with the undergrounds, with the rebel groups. But remote control, Mr. Modi is very aptly talking about, because it is their tool. It is the BJP's tool to switch democracy to autocracy. The BJP is determined. They have taken up the task of switching the mode of democracy to the mode of autocracy in this country.